Welcome to Wildcat Basketball Weekly, presented by Hughes Federal Credit Union, home of the official U of A Visa debit cards. Show your Wildcat spirit and get your free debit card today. Visit them at hughesfcu.org, federally insured by NCUA.
Welcome to another edition of Wildcat Weekly with head coach Sean Miller. The Wildcats headed to the NCAA tournament, where they will play on Thursday night in Providence, Rhode Island. Don't know their opponent yet, Vanderbilt or Wichita State. They'll play a play-in game in Dayton on Tuesday to determine the opponent. But Coach, first of all, congratulations, because getting the NCAA tournament is a very special honor for any team. There's only 68 that get that honor. You have Arizona there again now, and so just your general feelings when you saw the Wildcats pop up there on the screen.
Well, you're right, Brian, and we talked to our team a little bit about that this evening, that you can't take for granted you're going to be a part of the tournament. The past is the past, and the only thing you have to do is look at the number of great programs, traditional programs and teams, coaches, players, terrific players that aren't a part of this year's tournament field. So we're elated to be back. I think in Gabe and Caleb's case now, they go 4 for 4 in their career, which certainly isn't easy to do. And the success that we've had over the last 3 years is a big part of this year's story, and that we're taking experienced players who've won games in this tournament, and we're going to rely heavily on that for sure.
I heard that comment today on one of the TV shows saying that in years past, it seems recently, there have been a lot of talk about the great freshmen. Now this year, it's the experienced teams that people are looking at maybe to make a deep run. You mentioned you've got 2 seniors that have been around for 4 years. You've got a couple other seniors that have experience behind them, but maybe not in a Wildcat uniform or NCAA experience. How can that play out for your team in a positive way?
Well, you're right. I mean, we have 4 seniors: Mark Tollefson, Ryan Anderson, Gabe York, and Caleb. Gabe and Caleb are different because of their unique experience of winning in the tournament. Ryan and Mark are somewhat unique in that they're seniors, but they find themselves here for the first time. But I think generally speaking, all of us need our best players to play their very best. Gabe York doesn't have to make 8 threes or 9 threes for us to advance, but he's got to be a really good player on Thursday when we play the winner of Wichita and Vanderbilt. Ditto for Caleb and Ryan. You rely on their leadership. You rely on them setting the example and the tone. And I think for the most part, everybody follows. Everyone's anxious and excited in round 1 of the NCAA tournament. So I think the will to win is in some ways very important. But I think just us being at our best, executing and playing with tremendous poise as if we've been there and done it before, that may be the most important ingredient, especially on this year's team, because of the advantage in that we have. True fans live for their team. They buy the gear, they order the tickets, they pay for the seats and the experiences. For those true U of A fans, thankfully there is Hughes Federal Credit Union, offering the latest payment choices such as U of A debit cards, paying online, paying a friend with Pop Money, or using Apple Pay with your mobile phone. Show your U of A spirit and put technology and convenience at your fingertips. Hughes Federal Credit Union, smart choice.
Wildcat Basketball Weekly continues, presented by Hughes Federal Credit Union.
You won't know your opponent, of course, until after the game on Tuesday, which is a little bit unusual, but I think you just maybe reflected on it right there, that this is really about your team, about the Wildcats. And yes, you will scout your opponent, but is it more important for you guys just to be ready to play their best game no matter who walks out on the court against them on Thursday?
No doubt, and we've always taken that approach. It's about do what we do and do it the best we can. We're not going to reinvent ourselves. Here we are talking on Sunday right now. I mean, we may leave at 9 a.m. on Tuesday for the game. And we're going to play on Thursday. We won't know who we're going to play until maybe close to midnight East Coast time on Tuesday. So although familiarization and scouting are very important, and maybe in some unique way we have an advantage because both of those teams right now are focused on each other, but at the end of the day, who's the most ready and who does the things that got them to the tournament really well will be the team that advances. And I think we've talked about it throughout. Our offensive execution has been with us throughout this year, especially when we take care of the ball. We have to really do a great job taking care of the ball and being efficient on offense. Our rebounding is the single best stat that we've had. We out-rebounded Oregon, a number 1 seed in this year's tournament, I think by 17 total rebounds. So having that as part of what we do is so important. So looking at that, I think those are the things that have made us a tournament team, and we have to be great at those things on Thursday.
Quick question about the Pac-12 and seeing Oregon State get in, which I think kind of justifies what you've talked about all season long, how deep and strong the Pac-12 is. Was that a good feeling to see the Pac-12 so well represented?
No doubt, and the seeding of so many Pac-12 teams being well represented. I was hoping that Oregon would get a #1 seed, and again, job well done by that coaching staff and program. We all benefit when you have a #1 seed from your conference. I know the last 2 years our conference benefited tremendously by us being a 1 and a 2 seed in back-to-back years. So I think the Pac-12's future is very bright, and with the coaching that we have in our conference, the talent, the young talent, the development of the programs within, it's an exciting period of time to be a part of this conference.
All right, Wildcats headed to the NCAA tournament. They'll play Thursday night in Providence.
Thank you for watching Wildcat Basketball Weekly, presented by Hughes Federal Credit Union, home of the official U of A debit card. Visit them at hughesfcu.org, federally insured by NCUA.